Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face.
What the hell is going on down there?
Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense, it's because on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. Now, for some reason, I'm having some difficulty, so I'm going to ask you to please bear with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get off my computer, and then I'm going to go to my phone. So just bear with me for one moment. Unfortunately, just bear with me. Okay, hello? Hello? Just give me a moment. Okay, hello? Hello? Good evening. Okay, this is going to be a struggle string tonight. Can you hear me? Okay, hello? Okay, for some reason, I cannot hear myself. So, okay, for some reason, I cannot hear myself. Okay, so okay, first of all, I just want to, okay, just give me a moment. First of all, I just want to, first of all, welcome to the channel. For the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense, because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay. And I see that Gigi's in the chat. Good evening, Gigi. Thank you very much for stopping by. First of all, I just want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from the beginning or just recently as today. I really appreciate all the love and all the support that you continue to give me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, and those who watch from the clouds, including the haters. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay, so tonight it is open discussion, meaning that we will talk about multiple topics. Of course, you have the opportunity to opine as well. The link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone at any point wishes to join the panel, they may be able to do so. Okay. So, first of all, I just want to, give a huge shout out to all the people who have already subscribed to the channel this week. Okay. I really appreciate all the love and all the support that you continue to give me. Okay. And it really touches my heart because of the fact that, you have so many different creators out here in these YouTube streets, and the fact that you see fit to support my channel really touches my heart. Okay. So, in any case, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the topics. Okay, so, excuse me. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the ban on TikTok. Okay. Of course, most of us already know that the bill to ban TikTok was passed in the House. It was also passed in the Senate, and President Biden signed the bill into law. Okay, so the whole reason, or as I like to say, the genesis behind it, is the concern that the Chinese government will have access to our own data. So that is the whole purpose of the ban. Now, basically, the company that owns TikTok, BitDance, has 9 months to either divest its interest in TikTok, or TikTok will be banned here in the United States. Okay. Now, BitDance is already, excuse me. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It does, like I said before, the whole thing, regarding this whole situation. I mean, first of all, there are multiple, and I repeat, multiple ways to protect your data. Okay. And it does talk about, okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. For some reason, I cannot hear. Okay. And I don't want to put my audio on because then I hear double. For some reason, I cannot hear myself. I can hear myself, but the problem is it will be a delay. Okay. I can hear myself, but the problem is it will be a delay. Yeah. That's the problem. So, I can hear myself, but the problem is it will be a delay. Yeah. That's the problem. So, I can hear myself, but the problem is it will be a delay. Yeah. Okay. That's the problem. So, I can hear Okay. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out and then I'm gonna try to come back. So just bear with me. Okay, hello. Okay, I think I can hear myself. Okay. And any okay, I'm gonna try to continue. Okay, so getting back to the situation regarding TikTok. Okay, it's I believe it's censorship done. Okay, and also let's keep it clear. I think it's an attempt. Okay, thank you. It's an attempt. It's an attempt to try to silence the population. Okay, um, because the fact of the matter is there are those who fear people who are educated, who are acknowledged, who know about what's going on. And do we really want Zuckerberg to own TikTok or Elon Musk or what have you? Okay. So it's going to continue. It's going to be there's going to be litigation involved regarding this whole situation. Okay. Um, I don't think we're going to lose TikTok. Okay. I really don't think so. I do think it's going to continue. Um, but I don't see big dance divesting yourself. Okay. I know that there are young people who make a lot of money off of TikTok. Okay. And we shall see. We shall see. Okay. So the next thing, actually, one thing we're getting close to is the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, okay, here in New York and I think in other countries, the second Sunday of June is when we celebrate our pride as being Puerto Ricans, and we have the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and it just so happens that my union is going to be participating in the parade. Now, let me just share with you what happened last year. Last year, I didn't march in the parade, but what I actually did was I actually sat from the grandstands and actually saw and I actually saw all the marchers that they marched. I saw all the floats and things of that nature, and I had a wonderful time. Okay, I really had a wonderful time to be able to to take pictures and see all the floats, see all the marching bands and things of that nature. because unfortunately I was not able physically uh, to march in the parade, and unfortunately with the situation with my knee, uh, it's gotten worse. I'll be talking about my health pretty soon in a few minutes. So this year I'll have the opportunity to see the parade from the grandstands again. Okay. Not only that, but there's a breakfast that occurs before the parade itself, and it looks like I'm going to have the opportunity to participate in the breakfast, which is for me is this is going to be another first for me. And of course, I'll take pictures. Some of them I'll load on my social media, and of course, I'll send some pictures to my union. So it's really a great. I really good at. I'm really looking forward to the Perkin Day Parade, and I was able to educate some people regarding our flag. Let me just see if I can cam up. Okay, yeah, because believe it or not, believe it or not, at one time, simply having the Puerto Rican flag was a crime. And the fact of the matter is, you will end up in prison for 10 years simply to have the Puerto Rican flag. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I was born and raised in the United States. Okay, I am an American citizen, and with all the stuff that's going on, I'm proud to be an American, but I'm not going to deny my cultural roots. Okay, my parents are from Puerto Rico, so I'm definitely okay. So and and the fact of the matter is, you can be an American citizen and be proud of your cultural roots. Okay, so I know some, but that's the reality. Okay. Now we're gonna go from celebrating Pride. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay. Well, first of all, there is some history regarding Puerto Rico. First of all, at one time we was a colony of Spain, and then when Spain launched the Spanish-American War, okay, we became a territory of the United States. So as a result, you know, it was considered a criminal act to have a flag. I know that there are those in my community that advocate for the complete independence of Puerto Rico from the United States. My position is this: uh, it should be left up to the people who live on the island whether or not they wish to remain part of the United States or become independent, a sovereign nation. Okay, it's not my place to say what they should do because I'm an American citizen. I am. I always will be an American citizen. So we shall see. Now we got to go from the pride to the ridiculous. Our friend from Canada is back. Okay, and we all know who we're talking about. Okay, he started producing his content again, and you would figure as many times as channels been deleted or privated or whatever is the situation, that he will become more mature. Good evening, Georgia. Thank you very much um, for stopping by. Look, this is the thing. And again, let me make this perfectly clear. When it comes to Puerto Rico, the people that actually live on the island itself should decide their own fate. I cannot say whether or not they should be independent or whatever, due to the fact that I don't live in the island, I live in the United States. Okay. Good evening, Don Armando. Now, before I continue, let me just state that Golden Goddess, Giorgio, and Don Armando, they all have their channels. Okay. So I'm going to ask, if you have not done so, please show some love and support and check out their content, support their content. And actually, Gigi's membership has reopened again. Okay. Okay, you know what, Gigi? That would be up to them to make that determination and figure out how they're going to survive. I know Puerto Rico has resources, but like I said before, it is up to them to make that determination. Okay. I'm not going to say they should be independent. I'm not going to say they should not be independent, because in all fairness, my opinion doesn't really count because I don't live on the island. Okay. So that's the reason why I say that they should decide. Okay. And of course, with every sovereign nation, there's gonna have issues. They're gonna have problems, what have you. But like I said before, it's up to them to decide. I don't have a stake in what's happening in Puerto Rico. I mean, I love the island because it's the birthplace of my parents and birthplace and a couple of my siblings. But technically, I was born and raised in the United States, so it's kind of hard for me to have an opinion either way. Now, getting back from our friend from Canada, he's continuing with the same content, trashing feminists and what have you, and calling feminists lesbians and things of that nature. Of course, he has to, he can air whatever content that he wants. Okay. You would think that by now that you would try to focus on the issue of mulattoes, seeing that he is identifying himself as the mulatto king. I mean, I'd like to know who was the person actually gave him that title other than himself. But to each one's own. To each one's own. He can do whatever the fluff he wants. Okay. But he is in need of therapy. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, let's see, take a look there. Yeah, I mean, look, let me tell you something. Puerto Rico has a lot to offer. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, let me tell you something. Now, when I was younger, I actually thought about when I retired to relocate to Puerto Rico. At this point, it's not an option for me. Okay, and the reason why it's not an option, it's due more or less to the political situation that's happening over there. They're having a huge financial crisis. In fact, there is this board that basically runs the finances of the island. Okay. And also, you have a situation where You have a lot of the professional people have left and relocated to the United States. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight we're having open discussion, which means uh, talk about multiple things. So we started out with the ban on TikTok and regarding the situation in Puerto Rico, and of course our number one least favorable Canadian import is back on YouTube and producing his content. Okay. And just as a reminder, the link to join the panel has been pinned. So if anyone wishes to join the panel, you're more than welcome to do so. Also, in the description, I also put the link to my other channel, which is Latina Diaspora. And the purpose of the channel is to discuss issues pertaining to Latinos, especially Latinos that were born in the United States, because we have a unique situation. First of all, because we're U.S. citizens, but at the same time, some of us they don't have a real grasp regarding our culture. Okay, and also there's an issue regarding identity, which is, do you consider yourself American or Puerto Rican? Okay, I am part. I okay. I am American citizen due to the fact I was born and raised in the United States, and I'm part of the Puerto Rican diaspora. Okay. I really don't know if they're still suffering. Um, I think the main issue is have to do with the financial crisis that's happening over there in Puerto Rico. Um, Also, the government um, doesn't work well uh, for the people living over there. Okay, as I stated years ago, I actually thought about retiring to Puerto Rico. At this point, that's not an option. Well, look, okay. That's how I see it. I'm an American citizen, but my parents are from Puerto Rico. It is that simple. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to be talking about um, mental health topics. Now, in the month of May, I'm going to be devoting a good portion of my content regarding with mental health issues. Yes, that's true. Unfortunately, Gigi, there are some individuals that do not grasp the concept. Okay. And there's some individuals that think, oh, we're all Mexican or we're all undocumented, which is not the case. And I discussed that in detail with my last stream um, regarding myths regarding Latinos. Okay. But I will be discussing some topics regarding mental health because it's something we always need to address. Because there is a lot of people that are in need of therapy. There are a lot of people that have trauma that have never been addressed. You know what? I don't know if we will be considered the stepchild, but and also we have dreadlock diaries. Okay. So and of course my friend Keisha has a channel. One of them is dreadlock. Excuse me, I get tongue tied when I say this. Dreadlock Diaries and NY Grapevine. So uh, in Dreadlock Diaries, Keisha devotes a great deal of time regarding locks and the lock journey and proper care regarding how to maintain the dreadlocks and some of the stigma that some people uh, face. So, I mean, look, I'll never have dreadlocks because, frankly, I'm bald, and I'm so. But if you really are into dreadlocks and you want to know about it, check out her content. Okay. Okay. Yes and no. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the reason why yes and no. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of the stuff that Puerto Rican get, it's imported from the United States, and they have to pay a lot of taxes regarding that. So that's not 100% accurate. Okay. But okay. But the fact of the matter, yeah, but the fact of the matter, it is a beautiful culture. It's a beautiful island. The women are gorgeous. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's American women here. So let's not. Okay, I don't want to slight any, diss anybody here. So I will be discussing mental health issues. Now, what I'm going to do is there's someone that I had on my channel. Um, who is a therapist, uh, who had discussed issues regarding depression and death. So I'm going to try to see if I can uh, get the therapist to come to share his expertise. Okay. I know you do. Okay, I know you do. Believe me. Okay, like I said, I don't have a lot of hair left, but I do appreciate it. And the fact of the matter is, you are providing information that's needed regarding dreadlocks and things of that nature. So I will be devoting a good portion of that stuff on mental health. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We are entitled to our opinion. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, of course, Trump is in, his trial regarding multiple charges. So the question is this: will Donald Trump escape not being found guilty of any of the 91 charges levied against him? Number one. Number two, will he actually serve any prison time? Okay. Now, this is something that's going to be a unique situation because of the fact that, as a former president in the United States, he is entitled to Secret Service protection for the rest of his life. So the question is, if he is found guilty, if he is found guilty, what's going to happen? Is he actually going to serve time in prison? Is he going to be under house arrest? Um, we shall see. And let me continue. Let me just continue to state the following. Okay, everyone, and I repeat, everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, and I mean everybody. Well, you know what? If that's the thing that we okay. I'm not going to say he's going to go to prison. I'm not going to say he's going to get acquitted. Okay. We don't know. But I will say this much. If he's found guilty, it's going to be an interesting situation. I mean, um, he might end up being in house arrest, meaning that, okay, he'll be serving his time in Mar-a-Lago with a angle monitor, what have you. Okay, you know what? Look, let me tell you something. In 2016, I voted for Trump. Okay, uh, I was not okay. Maybe how could I put it this way? It was a choice between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and basically, this is this is my yeah. This is the analogy that I use. Okay, which is the following: I had a choice between um, going for a dung cart or a horse that's getting ready to die. You pick which one is which. So I actually voted for Donald Trump. Now in 2020, I voted for Joe Biden. Okay, because I just could not see another 4 years under Trump. Okay, and believe me, I have a lot of issues with Joe Biden. Okay, even if you take away, if you take away the fact that he's in favor of reproductive rights, I have a lot of issues with him. Okay, it's just unfortunately we're the situation we're have to choose between an 80-year-old and a near 80-year-old. Okay, so I really don't. So we need to have a viable third party because that's the only way that's going to fix the crazy stuff that's happening. Okay. Okay, look, let me okay. I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. People are gonna hate me for saying it, but I don't care. Once you reach 60 years old, you should not be running for politics. Okay? And I'm 61. And let me tell you the reason why I don't think anyone that's past 60 should be in politics because the problem is now we have a guest. So what I'm gonna do is before I let my guest in, let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel, not necessarily those of the views of those who appear on the panel, not necessarily those of the host. Any attempt to cut the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to some of the views that people might hold might be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel, and we're going to bring in our guest. Good evening.
Hey, Jose. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Can you hear me well? Because I'm kind of far away from the Wi-Fi. I'm outside. Hey, Jose.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's an echo.
Yeah.
Can you hear me well? Because I'm kind of far away. Hold on. I'm going to go down and come back up. I'm going to move closer to the Wi-Fi.
There's going to be a bit of a delay because for some reason.
Oh, yeah, it's an echo.
There's a reason.
Hold on. I'm going to go down and come back up. I'm going to move closer to the Wi-Fi. So, can you not have guests tonight then? Because we're struggle streaming or what?
Okay.
So, can you not have guests tonight then? Because we're struggle streaming or
We
what?
will try.
Okay, I'll come right back.
Okay. We will try.
Can you not have guests tonight then? Because we're struggle streaming or what?
We will try.
Okay, I'll come right back.
Okay. So So anyway, as I was saying, okay, as I was saying, I'm not happy with either choice. I'm going to be perfectly honest. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think anyone that's 60 years old older should be running for politics. Okay. Yeah, there's feedback because for some reason, okay, so for some reason I'm not able to hear. There's something wrong with the audio. So, but I just another reason why is that when a person is in politics for a long time, they lose track with reality, and they're not able uh, to relate to their constituency. So that's the reason why um, I don't think anyone that's over the age of 60 should be running for politics. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. Again, you can say I'm crazy, you can say I'm a nut, whatever. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to be talking about is telework. Okay. Now telework, it's something that happened as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, where in an attempt to try to keep people from getting infected, people were given the option to work remotely. Okay. Okay. Now, in my case, I'm going to be working remotely um, starting next month. Okay, so that means 2 days out of the week, I'm going to be working from home. Okay, which I am looking forward to. You don't know how much I'm looking forward to it because of the fact that 2 days out of the week, I don't.
Hello, Jose. Hello.
Okay, can anyone hear me? What I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to like unplug and plug because that's it seems to be the okay. Okay. I think I'm the one that's having the problem, not you, Gigi. I think I'm the one that's having the problem. But in any case, let me just explain to you how it came to being. Okay, um, our union, which is District Council 37, which represents. Let's see if we can.
Jose.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. How you doing? I don't know if you can hear me though. It doesn't sound so great, Jose. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Yeah, I can't hear you really or myself. It might not be meant to be tonight,
What
Jose.
I'm gonna have to do is basically unplug my headphone when I speak, and then when you speak, I'll just put on my headphone. That's about the only way I can hear you.
Do you want to go through all that? You want me to just go back to the chat? Can you hear me? Jose, should I just go back to the chat?
You know what I'm gonna have? I think the only way this is gonna work is I'm gonna have to unplug my headphone when I speak, and then when you speak, put on my headphone. That's about the only way I can hear you.
Do you have to have the headphones on to stream?
So what I'm doing is when I speak, I'm unplugging my headphone, but when you speak, I'm putting it on. That's about the only way this is going to work.
Why do you think that is? Oh yeah, it's probably messing up the show. I guess I'm gonna go to the chat because the technical difficulties are an issue. It's one of those nights. Kishel says, "Can you hear me now?" LOL. It's okay, y'all. Okay, so we sound okay to the audience, but we just sound bad to each other. It's like I'm deaf and Jose's like, I'm like reading his lips and shit. Jose, I'm not that great of a lip reader. Give me some sign language or something. Jose's so adorable, y'all. Okay, I'm going to the chat because this is not gonna work for the conversation. You know what I mean? It's gonna mess up your show. Okay, bye, Jose.
Okay, well, I tried. I tried. I'm sorry, but I guess I guess I'll be doing this solo. But you know what? We will interact in the chat. Okay. But as I was saying, so basically, we have what's called a pilot where municipal employees are able to work remotely 1 to 2 days out of the week using a computer with remote access. Okay. So starting May the 6th, I'm going to be working Mondays and Tuesdays from home. Let me tell you something. I am happy about it. Okay. Yeah, I know. And let me tell you something. Unfortunately, not all municipal employees are going to be able to work remotely. So let me just give you an example of what I mean. Those, for example, if you work in the prison system where you have to deal with the inmates, you're not going to be thank you, Kenshaw. Those who serve in the prisons, like guarding the inmates, those who are physicians, who are doctors, bus drivers, the people who operate the trains. There's certain fields where you cannot work remotely, so those people will not be able to do so. So what's going to happen is, for the people who are not going to be able to work remotely, they're going to given an option what's called compressed time. Now let me explain to you what compressed time means. Okay. Thank you. What it is, okay, the typical work week is a Monday through Friday, or it's a typical 5 days. Okay. And depending, you may work a 35-hour work week or a 40-hour work week or a 60-hour work week. So basically, what means in compressed time, you'll be working the same number of hours, but instead of working 5 days, you will work 4 days. Okay, take care. Thank you for stopping by. So, and that's part of, and actually, it's part of an economic agreement that we got from the city. Let me just give you some of the details of what we got. First of all, we got a 5+ year contract with raises 3% each year, except for the final year, which is 3.5%. We also got a $3,000 bonus. Also, we got what's called back retro pay. Let me explain to you what that is. Okay, so basically, it's a 5-year contract. So whenever our contract expires, we're working under the old contract until we get a new contract. So we got a $3,000 bonus. We got retro pay. We got raises of 3% each year, which is about 15%, over 15% in raises. We also got the option, many of us, to work remotely 2 days out of the week. So, and believe me, I'm looking forward to it. Okay. So let me just, in fact, let me see if I can come up. Okay. So my supervisor also gave me a folder regarding remote access, and it has a lot of information regarding what to do in case I have problems on connecting with the internet or whatever. Okay. So, and of course, while I'm working remotely, I have to be actually doing my job. I cannot be, going outside doing errands. I cannot do shopping, whatever. I have to do my job. And another advantage that I have working remotely 2 days out of the week is that I get to wake up later. Okay. Now, generally, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to leave the house at 6:30. Hopefully, if Accessoride decides to actually pick me up and not make me go through a whole bunch of stress. So for 2 days out of the week, I can actually get up as late as 7 o'clock in the morning or even 8 o'clock and actually work remotely while eating breakfast, which is a good thing. Okay. Okay, but okay. To be perfectly honest, Irby, I'm an early riser by nature. Yeah. Believe me, I am. Gigi, you don't know how much I'm looking forward to working from home. You do not know. Okay. And and I really appreciate that. First of all, the fact that I can actually give my knees a break and not have to deal with either the public transportation or the Accessoride. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Accessoride, it's mother transportation for people who are physically disabled and not able to use the subway and the buses. So basically, how it works, a vehicle will come pick me up. and take me to work and take me to go home. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Generally, I wear pajamas. Okay. I wear pajamas. So I don't know about the drawers. But, but you know what? But it's all good. It's all good. Okay. But I'm really looking for it. Of course, it's going to be temporary because of the fact that I am scheduled to have a revised knee replacement on my left knee June the 28th. So basically, I'll be able to enjoy working remotely for 2 months. Then I'll be on medical leave for 2 months, and then I gotta wait until once I'm fit to return to duty. I have to wait until I'm able to get to gain the privilege of working remotely. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. And to be perfectly honest, for the type of work that we do, I can work remotely 5 days out of the week. In fact, people have asked me, why don't I ask for what's called reasonable accommodations and work remotely from home full time? Okay. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Okay. If you never dealt with municipal government, they love to create red tape. They love to create red tape. And for me to go through, I mean, first of all, I will have to get medical documentation, and then I have to submit it to personnel, and then personnel is going to have to make a determination whether or not I should be given reasonable accommodation to work remotely full time. I know people were able to do it in the middle of COVID. Now that supposedly everyone's back to work and people thinking that COVID is over. No, COVID is still there. People are still getting sick and people are still dying, not as much as before because of COVID. So, I mean, I thought about it working remotely, but if I'm going to be working remotely from home, I might as well put in my paperwork and retire. Okay. Which leads me to the next question. And I see my Wi-Fi is acting up, so I'm gonna cam off. So the next thing is talking about is retirement. Okay. Now, quite often I get asked the question, because I am in my 60s, when I'm gonna retire. My answer is always the same. When it's my time. Okay. When it's my time, I will retire. Okay. But one thing I did do is that I started. I started late, but I started putting in for 401k. Okay. So when I retire, I will have my pension. I will have Social Security. I'll have my 401k. And lately, I took a look at my statement as how much I'll be getting for my 401k when I retire. And I'm looking at it, it's like, it kind of opened my eyes. It's like, well, between my Social Security, between my pension, my 401k, I'll be doing okay. Okay. Now, this October, I will be 62. So I'm going to be approaching a significant milestone, which is that I will be old enough to apply for Social Security, even at a reduced benefit. Okay. I was eligible to get a full pension 4 years ago. The problem was my pension 4 years ago compared to what my pension is now, it's a big difference. So, and also I have an annuity of which I didn't have to pay a penny, of which the city provided. And what, the city, what they do is they took a certain amount of money and they invested for me. So when I retire, I will cash in a minority, which I think after they take away from taxes, I think I'll get like about $15,000. Also, in regards to my pension, there's certain monies that it's going to be reimbursed to me if I wait until I'm 63, and it won't affect my pension. So what I think is going to happen is I'm going to be walking out first of all with the proceeds from my annuity, and then I'll have a pension, and I'll have Social Security, and then I'll have a 401k. Okay. And I'll be okay, because let me tell you something. Living in New York is expensive. Okay. Believe me, it is expensive. Okay. The rents are too high. The food is like crazy. Now, and another thing I found out, that when it comes to my pension and when it comes to my Social Security, you know what? I'm not really into basketball that much. I might catch a game or two here or there. I'm more into baseball, but even still, I don't watch it that much. Let's see, what was I saying? So I only have to pay federal taxes on my pension and my Social Security. Okay. Okay, food is very expensive here. It is incredibly expensive. And let me tell you something. And I took a look what I'm going to have to pay for medical. For medical. And good evening, Sun Kiss. Thank you very much for stopping by. And, I believe you also have a YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to ask, if you've not done so, please show some love to Sun Kiss and check out her content. I'm sorry I cannot invite anyone on the panel, because it's like it's a struggle stream tonight. So okay, yeah. I mean, let me put it this way: we get paid more, and but everything is relative. Everything is relative. So, but the fact of the matter, like I said before, I don't pay local taxes on my pension. I don't pay the local taxes on my Social Security. Now I need to find out if I have to pay local taxes regarding the proceeds for my 401k. Okay. So that I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Okay. Now, one thing I do know is that I'm going to be paying quite a bit of money when it comes to medical coverage. Okay. First of all, because with Medicare, there's a deductible that you pay every month, and then for your medical coverage, it can be very expensive. Okay. So, but I think when everything is said and done, I will be okay. I will be okay. Um, and you know what? And I consider myself blessed. Okay. Because, and I'm going to tell you why I consider myself blessed. First of all, even with my messed up left knee, and the fact that I'm walking with a cane, sometimes I even have to walk with a walker. I got my health. I got a place. I have people who love me. Okay. I have a job, which I like, and it doesn't make me go through a lot of stress. Okay. So I'm really unfortunate, and also unfortunate because this main channel has produced a great deal of growth in the last few months, and actually I gained like about 5 or 6 subs this week. Okay, and most of that is through one short. Okay. Okay. Well, but I considering all this stuff I went through, and I also got to thank my guardian angels who's been looking after me. Okay. So let me see. You have to excuse me when I go over my notes. Okay. Now the question is this: would there be an issue? Would there be an issue of censorship with the other platforms? Okay. Because the way I see it with the situation, what's going on in TikTok, is censorship. Okay. Now the fact of the matter is this. Yeah. I mean, once you start restricting free speech in some areas, when does it stop? Okay. And let me just remind people, if there's a certain content or a certain creator that you do not like, don't consume the content. Okay? It is that simple, folks. Do not consume the content. Okay? But, I mean, we're living at an age where people get emotional. Yeah. I mean, look, let me tell you something. Let me just give you an idea of how things are here where I live. They don't allow us to have washing machines, but they have laundry nets nearby. There's a lot of places to eat if you don't feel like cooking. Okay. You can also order food online. I mean, kids, question. What part of California are you from? Would it be Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego? But you know what? Guys, if you ever decide to come to New York, I would love it if you can let me know. So therefore we can hook. We can. Okay. 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 I never been to California. I heard okay, I never been to California. I know that this summer there's a union convention over there, and hopefully I'll be able to attend. It'll be in LA. So if I get to attend, I'll be able um, to see a little bit of California. And okay, see the thing about New York is that you have about 8 million people basically scrunched up together. Okay. For us, it's normal. For other people, it may not be. Do not ask me why. I don't know. I guess I think it's a personal preference. I mean, I could be wrong. Um, but I think it's a personal preference. Okay. Now, in all fairness, I thought about relocating to Connecticut when I retire. And the reason I was thinking about that is to be closer to my nephews and nieces. Okay. Also, property is a little cheaper over there. But then the problem is, um, then I'll have to pay local taxes or what have you. Okay. Well, okay. One thing about New York, depending what you are seeking, it has a little bit of everything. It has theater. It has um, plays that have thousands of places to eat. There's culture. Um, One neighborhood you can be in a Dominican area neighborhood, another one you can be in a Korean area. So it's like a little bit. It's like kind of like a United Nations, okay? But it's a little bit everything. And to be perfectly honest, I'm looking forward this summer because I'm expecting a special someone that's going to come visit me. Okay, so basically, I'm just waiting to find out. I know it's going to be in July. That I know. I know it's going to be in July. The question is when. Okay. And my special guest, very special guest, will be here for 2 weeks. Okay. It's going to be a bit of a challenge because I'm going to have a knee replacement June the 28th. And for I would say the first 3 weeks, I'm going to be getting around with a walker. So my movement is going to be limited. Okay. And of course, I'm gonna have to depend on Accessoride all the time because I am not trying to spend a fortune on Uber and Lyft. Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, hopefully I'll get to go to California. So I can see what it is for myself. And actually, I know a couple of people who live in LA. Okay, I'm not gonna mention names, but I think people who know me know who I'm talking about. But I'm not gonna mention any names. So, but believe me, when it's my time to retire, everyone will know it. Now, Of course, I have a couple of things planned to do when I retire. One of them is I'm seriously considering studying to become a deacon. Okay. So therefore, I can, you know, do something that I enjoy that has to do with my faith and, be a positive influence in my community. So that's something I'm really seriously giving a lot of consideration. Another thing I can do is traveling. Okay. Now there's a couple places I really want to visit before I die. Okay. First of all, I want to travel to Europe. Okay. Two places I really would want to travel is the UK and Spain. Okay. I would love to see how things, how life is in the UK. It's gonna be a little unusual since they drive with the steering wheel on the right side of the vehicle. So it's gonna take some time to adjust. Um, Also, um, some of the phrases that they use is a little different, so I'm really gonna have to, familiarize myself. Okay. Also, sometimes we have flea markets here during when the weather's nice. We have what's called an oval, it's like a circular park. So sometimes we'll have flea markets and people can purchase things and things of that nature. Okay. So another thing, maybe visit patients in the hospital. Okay, because sometimes you have patients that in the hospital alone, and that there's no one that come visit them. So maybe something I could give them some thought. Maybe I can, you know, give them some, be a positive force and give them something, to cheer them up and things of that nature. But you know something? Let me tell you something. And you're not going to believe who actually reached out to me this week. My former sister-in-law reached out to me. Out of places, Instagram. So I get this message, and it's like, who the heck are you? Okay, of course, this was in Spanish because the person only spoke Spanish. Oh, I used to be your sister-in-law. So it's like, and I wanted to invite you to my place for dinner. And it's like, what? What? First of all, I had no contact from my ex family in over 10 years. Okay. And I decided, you know what? Not to be vengeful, not to be spiteful, not whatever, but you know what? Not to have any contact with my ex, because one thing I always believe, that if you cannot say anything positive about a person, you don't say anything at all. So, and believe it or not, at one point last year, my ex tried to reach out to me, and it's like, no, I was not in the proper frame of mind to hear her. So okay, so I figure, all right, I'll talk with the ex sister in law. So it's like, okay, what's up? What's going on? Okay. So it's just like, she said that she She loved me. She had a lot of respect to me. She knew I was very good to my ex-wife, the yada yada yada. And once want to have some sort of a friendship, and it's like, and she invited me to dinner, and it's like, no. Okay. Okay. Let me just basically. Okay. When I divorced my ex-wife, I just decided, you know what, not to have any contact with her, not have any contact with the family. Okay. First of all, because usually, whenever there's a divorce, the family of the ex partner usually supports whatever she does, and the fact of the matter is, I didn't think I'll be looked at favorably, so it's like, why look for trouble? Okay, and the fact of the matter, and again, let me make this perfectly clear: we were both responsible for the marriage breaking up. We were both responsible. I'm not gonna blame everything on my ex-wife. She had a part about it. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's what I did. Just basically, not have anything to do. Um, Again, like I said before, I'm not gonna say it was all her fault. I had a part of it, so because it takes two people to have an argument. So then she reached out to me and wanted to, I guess, reconnect. The first thing I thought about, what the hell is she's doing this? What is her motive? Is this is something just to be a friendship, or she wants to be romantically involved with me? Said, no, no, no. I had a great deal of respect. I know you was very good to my sister, blah, 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 and everything. It's just that, she went overboard asking for money because of the situation in the DI and whatever. And it's like, first of all, I get it. But when my parents came to New York, okay, she stated her motive was to reconnect for a friendship. That was her motive. I'm not going to say it isn't. I'm not going to say it is. But if you're talking about over 10 years has passed, you have absolutely no contact with me, and out of left field you decide to reconnect. Uh yeah. First of all, I'm at the stage of my life. Look, I'm trying to avoid any messiness as much as possible. Yeah. Okay. I get it, but still, I mean, the fact of the matter is we had so many conflicts, and I really tried to work things out. Okay. It's just that it didn't work out. And it takes two people. Look, it takes two people to have an argument. It takes two people to try to resolve an issue. I was willing, she was not. Okay. And then she talking about, well, my mother, God rest her soul, gave you a lot of false information about. First of all, my mother's been dead almost 4 years. So I'm okay. So, and I'm still dealing with the effects of my mother's passing. So I'm not going to look at you favorably if you're going to try to tell me, "Well, my mother gave me misinformation." Okay. Um, First of all, my mother's not here to rebut. Number one. Number two, I'm going to be more likely to believe the one that gave birth to me than someone that was a sibling of an ex-wife. No, she did. Okay, my ex-sister-in-law did not. Ex-woman, but I have a huge issue. When you try to talk that my mother gave me misinformation. Now, for people that don't know, I was very close to my mom when she passed away. And when my mother passed away, it hit me very hard. I mean, I'm dealing with it, but the fact that it was a very, it was a painful loss. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to Mother's Day and when her birthday, it's very bittersweet. Okay, because my mother really raised me, and my mother played a huge role in the type of person I am today. Okay. Okay. What my ex-sister-in-law maintained, that a lot of the stuff that my mother told me was not true. Okay. Right. Let me just give you a couple of examples. She claimed that my ex-wife never asked my mother if I had someone else on the side. That did not sit well with me. Because if you're going to accuse me of being unfaithful, you come to me directly. You do not involve my mother, who was an elderly person to begin with. Plus, she had some issues with you. Number one. And then she says something basically literally translated into English, well, that my mother can eat meat, which is like, what? That did not sit well either. Okay. So it was a difficult situation. So basically, what I said to my ex-sister-in-law was this: look, I understand she's your sister. I understand that you're going to view things a certain way, that you're going to see things a certain way. Okay. But I'm sorry. My mother is not the type of person that's going to try to interfere in a relationship. Okay. Now, my mother, when she was alive, she's going to step in and she's going to give her point of view, just like any concerned mother would. But the fact that talking about that my mother gave me misinformation, no, that's not how my mother was. So, believe me, Irving, I am going to be very careful. I am, because it smells so fishy. Over 10 years that you have no contact, all of a sudden you want to like reconnect. And actually there's some more stuff that I cannot say here. Okay. Okay. This is what my ex-sister-in-law said. The reason why she contacted me because she saw me on social media, and she saw on social media that my mother passed away and that she wanted to reconnect. Allegedly. That was her explanation. Whether it's true, I don't know. And like I said, there's other stuff that was discussed. I'm not going to discuss it here. But that was her explanation. And again, I don't know if it's true or not or what have you. Uh, I'm not okay. I'm not going to speculate. Not with me. It is okay. Not with me. Okay. I mean, the divorce got messy and things of that nature, but not with me. Okay. But it's just that I felt in my spirit, it's best that we, that we don't have any contact. Okay. Because again, let me make this perfectly clear. I'm a firm believer. If I'm not able to say anything positive about somebody, I'm not going to say anything at all. That's something that my mother taught me. I was the one that initiated the divorce. Actually, yeah, I was the one. Because I just could, because if we're having this much of a problem while she's over there in the DR, could you imagine if she came to New York? Okay, she said she wanted to, okay, she said she wanted to reconnect and have a friendship. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that actually came to my mind was, she's looking for something romantic, and it's like, no. I'm not the type of person that I'm going to try to get into a relationship with the sister of my ex. No. And I already got another ex that wants me back in her wants me back, and it's like, no. No. I mean, look, at this point, I have to think about my mental state. She didn't come across as creepish. It came across as odd. That's what it came. So it's like 10 years, no contact for over 10 years. All of a sudden you want to rekindle a friendship. Believe me, I am being extremely careful. Believe me, you can rest assured that. I know that certain things I could be a little bit naive, but I'm not stupid. Okay. But what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to focus on Jose Negro. I'm going to focus on my health, which is my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health. Okay. But you know what? Look, the passport bros, I mean, look, We have discussed it a lot. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't trash American women so much. Okay. Okay, you know what? You spoke about an example text, so I'm not too sure what concept you mean, but I don't know. I don't look. The bottom line is this: at my stage of my life, in a couple of years, I'm going to retire, and I'm going to celebrate my golden age, my golden years, my sunset years. The last thing I want is to create drama and stress during my sunset years. Okay. I consider myself extremely fortunate because I have one brother that passed away at 37. I have a second brother that passed away at 49. A third brother that passed away at 56, and I'm 61. Maybe the next time I call you, Gigi, you can clue me what that means. But that is my mission, to focus on my health. In fact, lately I visited my ex's mother, and I was just sharing with her the situation regarding my health. And then she also brought up the pot. Well, why don't I go up? Why don't I just go back with her daughter? It's like, no, no, I don't think so. That's not a reality. That's not a reality. Okay. And actually, believe it or not, you're not gonna believe this. This past December. Okay. There was another ex that I had that broke my heart and married somebody else. Okay. So now she's talking about going back with me, and it's like, no, I don't think so. But let me just tell you this little story. Okay. I'm on Christmas time. After I went to see the Christmas spectacular, and after I went to Rockefeller Center to see the tree, I went to Olive Garden for lunch. She's divorced. She divorced. In fact, according to her, she finally finalized the divorce 5 years ago. But I met this girl. She was this lady. She was like in her late 40s. So we started talking, and then I gave her my phone number just so we can talk. Nothing romantic, what have you. So we started talking on the telephone. So out of left field, she's talking about, oh, I want to make love to you. I want to do this with you. I want to do that with you. It's like, what? First of all, that's not me. Okay. I don't smash in the first date. Okay. It's kind of like, and to be perfectly honest, after a while, she was like giving me like fatal attraction vibes. I never visited her home, and I consider myself very thankful that I never did. But she's talking about wanting,
wanted to make love with me and all that, and wanted to get all that and get whatever. And actually, she wanted me to send her a picture of my male organ, and it's like, what the fluff? And no, I don't smash on the first day. I do not smash on the first day. Okay? No, I don't. First of all, this is the way I look at it. Any woman that lets me smash her on the first day, I'm gonna look at something suspect. Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, I get it. To a lot of people, this seems like an old-fashioned notion, but I actually want to get to know the person first as a person, not do the horizontal hula. Okay. And like I said before, look, I'm not gonna knock people if they smash on the first day. That's just not me. Okay. And believe it or not, when I met my ex-wife the first time, she wanted us to smash. But it's like, no. And the crazy part that she was complaining that I didn't want to smash right away. And it's like, I don't get it. Because my understanding that most women respect a man that don't want to smash right away. So it's like, so I did the proper thing. We waited until we got married, and then we did the horizontal hula. Okay, and then she will like constantly text me, constantly call me on the telephone at work, and I'll be like, look, I'll call you later. Do not interrupt me when I'm working because I don't like to be called. Okay. Okay. I know I'm different from a lot of people, and maybe I'm just old fashioned, but that's just the type of person I am. Okay. I mean, yeah, exactly. But first of all, she started to rub me the wrong way by constantly calling me, texting me, and then when I'm at work, I don't like distractions. Okay. And then when my nephew was passed away, she was asking me these insensitive questions about did I inherit anything from my nephew? It's like, what the fluff? First of all, I'm grieving the loss of my nephew, and you're gonna be asking those questions like that. Eventually I had to block her. Okay. Because unfortunately she was like cuckoo cocoa pops. And I'm thankful I never tried to smash her because if I actually smashed the lady, I would have gotten fatal attraction vibes. That maybe she would try to boil my bunny, or maybe try to stab me with a knife. I mean, whatever. So it does that. No. I mean, I get it. I'm a little bit odd to some people, but you know what? That's just me. Yeah. And of course, I've heard, well, the crazy ones are the crazy chicks are the ones that give you that have the best sex. First of all, I have never done that. Okay. I don't want to do that because this is the way I look at it. If they're that easy for me to smash them, that's telling me that they're not really looking for something serious. That they want basically they want to get their I don't know, they want to get their jollies off. I mean, I guess they're uh, whatever. And I'm trying very hard to keep this at least G rated. Okay, this is the thing. I don't believe. See, I don't believe in creating undue pressure on any female. Okay, you have to feel comfortable with me. If you don't feel comfortable with me, then it's best that we go our separate ways. But the fact of the matter is, this chick was cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, and she was giving me uh, fatal attraction vibes. So I know we kind of deviated from my other point, but you know, sometimes you do have to like share some information. This is stuff that I would have shared in the backstage if I was able to fix my audio or whatever, but there'll be another time. Uh, but I'm glad to see that things are relatively quiet in these YouTube streets. That no one's really going crazy, no one's trying to get people doxxed and what have you. Because when everything is said and done, this is, for many people, this is recreation. Okay, it's going to take me a while before I get monetized. Okay, and I know for a fact that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Look, I'm not trying to slut shame anybody, but look, but the reality is this. If a woman's that easy to give it up that way, that quickly, I mean, I'm going to look at them suspect. That's the reality. Right now, I'm at 364 subs. Okay, as far as my hours, oh, correction, 365. I think I have like about 25 or 2600 hours of watch time. So I'll get there. I'll get there. It's going to take me. It's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get there. I don't think Gigi's is into slut shaming. Okay, I do know that she does call out people who go on the pocket, both male and female. Gigi, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Yeah. No, I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there, and then I'll get to the point when I'll have a membership, and hopefully, um, some of you will consider joining my membership. Okay, but like I said before, I really appreciate Um, the love and support that I have received, I cannot complain. Um, it's really touched my heart. Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to do is, because it's been almost 2 hours, I'm going to stop to wrap this up. Um, Now, the next time that I do a stream, it's going to be on my other channel, which is Latina Diaspora. And I think what I'm going to be discussing, how feminism is viewed in the Latino community. Yeah, well, look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Most of the subs I've been getting, it's been with my shorts. I get a couple of subs from the streams, but most of it is from the shorts. And as you can see, I try to keep it positive. I try to keep it humorous. Okay. My last short I did, I got over 1,200 views, which is a lot for me. And but I really appreciate the love and support. I'll probably go live Monday at 9 o'clock. Uh, yeah. Well, look, I said it before and I say it again, Gigi. You always produce a great deal of content. That's something that I have to acknowledge. I have to acknowledge that. But before I go, but there's definitely two streams that I would love to do. Yeah, I love to do. One of them, I would like to have a panel discussion regarding the soft guy era, this drizzle. But I would like to have the ladies' perspective regarding that movement or phenomenon. So I would definitely love the ladies to chime in. Um, ladies like you, Gigi, Multi, some of the other female creators, so they can get their perspective. Okay. Now, one thing we have to understand is that we're not always agree, but we can listen to what other people have to say, and then we may learn something. Also, regarding feminism in 2024. So, no, it's not. Okay, first of all, I'm not looking at it. Okay. Possibly the summer. Possibly the summer. Okay, I cannot get into details regarding the why. Okay. Part of it is that I was asked to, keep it, confidential. But hopefully by the summer. Okay. Well, no, the one thing I will say about Denise, you can, whatever you may feel about her, she does speak with a lot of knowledge, and she does have a unique perspective. Okay, and she tends to be very analytical. I know that her haters have a certain perspective, but what can I say? Um, I would say this much. I mean, bear in mind that she has a son, which uh, I think he's 1 year old. So yeah. You know what? That's the best thing to be. That's the best thing to be. Okay. So with that being said, I just want to first of all thank everyone on the chat for expressing giving their input. I'm sorry I couldn't have a panel because of whatever situation with my equipment. I'm going to try to get that taken care of because I don't usually do monologues for 2 hours, but you have to go with the flow. But I really do appreciate all the feedback, and of course, all of you are more than welcome to share your comments after the stream is over. Just try to keep it respectable because if you're going to say anything outrageous or inappropriate, it's going to be deleted or blocked. So it's like, don't even bother. And please make sure that you check out all the YouTube creators that appear on the chat, which was Dynamando, Golden Goddess, Kesha, Sunkiss. Okay. Yeah. So please check out their content. And if you have not done so, please join in Gigi's membership. You're not going to regret it. Okay. So with that, just want to. Oh, and before I forget, I know it's a little late, but happy Passover to those of the Jewish faith. Okay, and it's been my pleasure. Yes, check out the membership. Okay, and hopefully, when I do get a membership, I'll have people that will be gracious enough to join. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up by saying we must do everything possible to avoid the influence of the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, saying good night, take care, be the best version of yourself, and peace.